you all for joining us tonight on another amazing series of breaking the cycle of brokenness. And as yesterday was absolutely amazing, as we had Dr. Finch on here and who set fire of this amazing event started. And I know the next guest is going to keep that fire going. And so, as I stated in our previous recording, that this was based off of a prayer that I had for my children. Basically, it was a prayer for my children so they don't experience the same pain and dysfunction, should I say, as I experienced in my upbringing, but I never thought it would turn into a book. And now here we are as a blab series. And the name of the upcoming book is coming out that I've written, and is called Breaking the Cycle of Brokenness. And so here we are with amazing people who I have connected with over my journey, and just to be able for them to be able to share their story as to how they overcame their brokenness, in hopes to be able to help other people who are experiencing some of the same things, just to let you know that you are not alone in your journey. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest. She is ready to be able to talk about her title, which You Are Built to Last. Now I'm waiting for these nuggets because I want to know more about how the heck you come up with this topic. And so go ahead, introduce yourself, and then we'll go right on into it as to this topic, and just give us some nuggets to hope in empowering the next person that's hearing this message. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Absolutely. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for this opportunity to share with all of the listeners. I am excited. I hope you guys are excited. Now, just to share, I am very interactive when I'm speaking. So there'll be some things I'm going to ask you to put in the chat. And because I'm on my tablet, it's limited what I see in the chat. So if I don't see your comment, it's because I'm limited with what I see in the chat. But definitely, I want you to post in the chat. And absolutely, Dr. Finch did an amazing job last night. Normally in school, in public speaking, I always was the one that wanted to go first. And here's the reason why, and then I'll tell you guys a little bit about me. But the reason why I always wanted to go first in class was because the first person always sets the tone. The first person, you don't have anything to compare to. You haven't, you pretty much raised the bar, and you just get it out the way. So after Dr. Finch went last night, I was like, oh my God, maybe I should have went first. Because that first person, everybody else don't have anybody to compare it to, anything to compare it to. But absolutely amazing job. And some of the things I'm going to piggyback on, and we're just going to pick it up from there. You guys, I am Tarsha Calhoun. I am affectionately known as the Baby Fat Eliminator. Now, what I do, I help busy moms who wear many hats, who struggle with diet, body image, and losing the baby weight, regardless the age of their child or their children. I help them reset and reshape their mind, body, and spirit so they can live a fulfilled life. Now, my topic is You Are Built to Last. What am I going to talk about is breaking the cycle of dieting. Yes, I said it, breaking the cycle of dieting, and how that ties into You Are Built to Last. Now, just some boring facts, because I know some people like the boring stuff about me, and I say it's boring because that's not what I'm passionate about in the sense of what I help people do. I'm a registered nurse. I do have 2 master's degrees. Currently still work at the bedside, helping patients. I do a number of things, teaching. What else I do? I'm a certified lifestyle weight management. I'm a 2-time best-selling author. I'm a speaker, as well as something else I've done. I don't know. But anyway, that's enough about me. Let's go ahead and jump into it, because that about me is not going to help anyone. Thank you guys for the field, and I am definitely excited. So Vanessa, let me answer your question. You said, my topic, how did I come up with this? You are built to last. Let me ask you guys something. How many of you, and I want you to type in the chat box, can think back, close your eyes if you have to, think back to a time in your life when something you was going through was so devastating, you was in such a dark a dark place that you know now that should have taken you out. Tell me I'm not alone. Let's see. Anybody had any dark moments when they knew that whatever they was going through should have taken them out?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I know I definitely have. So when you look back over your life, you know, I'm saying you were built to last because that particular thing or that incident, that situation, it did not take you out. And if you're like me, you've had many more than that one instance, especially moms on the line. When we give birth, we have no clue. That in itself, you're almost near death giving birth. And the fact that you came through it, you are built to last. Now, how does that tie into dieting? The reason I say breaking the cycle of dieting, because I am so furious. I'm fed up with just American as a whole, our industry, our government, the Food and Drug Administration, hospitals, just everybody, because they're telling you to diet when dieting is really hurting you. It's hurting our body. Our body, God built us to last. And because of all the abuse that we do to our body, the misuse of our body, we overfeed it, we underfeed it, but we definitely underhydrate it. But we expect it to last. Do you know how long you have been misusing your body? I know I have misused my body for so long, but it's still ticking. I'm still moving forward. You are built to last. And having said that, we need to stop dieting. What I mean when I say stop dieting, I'm saying stop I'm going on a diet tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to do this diet. Oh, I'm going to do that diet. Oh, I'm going to do Weight Watchers. I mean, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to take out a piece of paper and write down. I'm trying to hold this right so you guys can see me. The way my voice won't go out. I want you to write down the word diet. D-I-E-T. Once you write it down, I want you to draw a big X through it. It's going to look something like that. You guys, let me see if you can see it. And then draw some squiggly lines through it. And once you do that, I want you just to look at it just for about maybe 3 seconds. We won't be long. I want you to burn that image in your mind. So when the word diet come up, you would say, okay, I'm not going to diet. And what do you need to do? It's lifestyle eating. And this is not to tell you, to eat fruits and vegetables and lean meat. Absolutely hate that. Cannot stand the term clean eating. I know I'm going to step on some people's toes, and I also know that I'm going to make a few people upset. But I am here to empower you to do better because you are built to last. I'm not here to make you feel good. I am not here to motivate you because I feel like we've been motivated too much. Motivation causes you to get excited for the moment. In the moment, that person who motivated you is out of your circle, out of your life, or out for a moment, you're not motivated. So I'm here to empower you to make a change and to show you how to break the cycle of dieting. How to continue to feed your body what it needs, and that depends on you. And for you to know that you are built to last, because we've already discovered there are things that happen in everybody's life that should have taken us out. And I'll use me for an example, just a story about me. I remember when I was in school, I had my first child at the age of 17. 17 years old with my first child. That should have taken me out. The different guys that I've dated. I've had one guy broke into my apartment, headbutted me. The only reason he did not crack my bone is because he had dreads. Should have taken me out. The overeating, just different things that I've done to my body. We have to develop an unconditional love for our body.
Wow.
Which brings me, Vanessa.
Wow.
Now, I could go on and on and on about that topic. You guys, I am so passionate about this. Unconditional love for your body looks like this. It looks like that guy, and I know we have some guys on the phone, so it looks like that girl that you're dating, you're head over heels with. There is nothing you won't do for her or him. We need to have that same level of respect for our body, because there's only so much abuse that our body can take. If you're walking around, you're feeling sluggish, you're feeling tired, you just have no get up about you, no pizzazz about you, anything. A lot of times we want to run to the doctor. We own this term, depressed. I'm trying to fix this so we own this term, depressed. Absolutely not. A lot of it is just because of the food that we're eating that has us sluggish. So don't own that term that you're depressed. How do you get out of being depressed? You start moving, start exercising. What does that look like? That looks like, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes, if it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. I called last night on the call. Dr. Finch said that she had got to a point to where she was like, look, I'm not having this anymore. And she went to the gym, to their fitness gym on her. I'm not sure she lived in an apartment, but anyway, she went and started walking. But guess what? Dr. Finch made it her own. That was her journey. She knew she had to do something. And as a result, things started happening. So what am I saying? I'm saying fitness is personal. Very personal. Stop comparing your body. Stop comparing your walk. Stop comparing what you're doing to somebody else. You are setting yourself up for failure by saying, oh, I'm going to eat nothing but vegetables and fruit. What? Really? That's how I look. Like, okay, when? Monday? So what are you planning to do? Today is Monday. You're going to start that next Monday. What are you going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? What are you going to do? And then when Monday starts, you do good 1-2 days. Anybody can hang with something for 2-3 days. Then you overeat because your body is starving. So here's my question. Why not replace it? Why not pick one thing and say, okay, well, you know, I overeat a lot. So I'm going to, for me, I eat a lot of bread. Absolutely. This is really bothering me, not being able to stabilize this. I eat a lot of bread. I used to eat a lot of bread. I would go all day, eat nothing but bread. I love bread. So I had to start slimming back, cutting back on my bread. So I said, okay, I'm going to eat bread 3 times a week. I'm going to eat bread twice a week. Now I don't have a desire for bread. I eat it when I want to eat it. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's because I don't want to sound like I'm preaching.
No, what basically what I get out of it is just not just only the weight, is that so we need to get our mindset in order, because I'm a believer that if you set your mind to something and you really like laser focus on reaching that ultimate goal, it can happen. It absolutely can happen. But you have to want it bad enough. You have to be sick and tired basically of being sick and tired. So
Absolutely.
if that means you have to be able to do the work, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's truly not. It's not going to happen overnight. We are so accustomed to fast food. Fast food is affordable. Just think about it. It's affordable. Healthy food is expensive. But we are set our mind saying, okay, we'll just have half of a sandwich. You know what I mean? Half of the sandwich. We're not removing that bread, but we'll eat half of the sandwich. And then I'll go ahead and get a half of the chips. That's still not resolving the situation. Why not remove the bread off of that sandwich and replace it with some lettuce? Why not have some celery sticks or some type of vegetable, some broccoli or something that to replace those fries or those chips? You know what I mean? We have to find a better way and make it very clear that whatever we put into our bodies is going to show up on the outside. So if you go inside, it's just like we have to work on ourselves on the inside out. So if you feed yourself garbage and you're not mad, and you're mad at how you look, I'm just saying, then what are you putting into it? So we have to be able to get our minds in order to know, I want to be able to get back down to that size, whatever, or at least these pounds, and maybe work on the inches, whatever goes first, because everybody's body shape is totally different. But get down to a place where you want to be able to say, you know what, I'm starting to see my hard work is paying off. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm not afraid and turn the lights out. You know what I mean? We got to be real okay with just moving forward, even if it has to take baby steps, but at least we are moving forward, right? And so I totally agree where you're coming from, but everybody body shape is totally different. You just got to be willing to do the work so you can be able to get to where you want to be. And I'm a believer. I'm a true believer that, we all have some type of work that we need to do on ourselves. But just think about it. Are you willing to do the work so you could be here longer?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If you're willing
Absolutely.
to do the work to be here longer, I have grandkids now. So it's not more just, okay, my kids are older, but I have grandkids now. I want to be able to run around with them and not have to say, look, hold on now. Gigi's out of breath. You know what I mean? I want to be able to run around with them and to be able to enjoy those moments. Can they say, you sure you a Gigi? Because I did the work, you know what I mean? And I have to continue to do the work. I have to keep on maintaining it. So I know it's going to take some time. Just like it took some time to get on, it's going to take some time to get off. But as long as you continue to be consistent, as long as you continue to be willing to do the work, as long as you continue to be mad that you got to work a little bit harder and the pain is going to hurt and the sweat and all that other stuff, but it's all for our good. So that's the ultimate we have to get, it's the mind. We really, really, truly got to get our minds in order so we can be here to, so you, like as the title say, you are built to last. So you start building.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. I agree. And a couple of things that you said that I definitely want to touch on is set yourself up for success from the beginning. What do I mean by that? Whatever it is, whatever your ailment is, whatever it is that you struggle with, don't cut it completely out. It absolutely makes me upset when I hear people say, I'm going to do such and such, or I'm just going to eat fruits, or I'm only going to eat vegetables next week. You're already lost. You're not going to do that because you haven't replaced it with anything. Start small. A baby steps look like, for me, it was a period of time where I didn't like water. I didn't really drink a whole lot of water. And one day I realized my back was hurting. And I was like I said, I have a background in health. I know what to do, but it's totally different than actually doing it. I didn't prefer water. So I was heavy, like I had to have a Coke every day. Now, this was before I jumped the fence to the other side when I had problems with my weight, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But this is when I was, I thought I was fine. You couldn't tell me nothing. Absolutely love the way I looked. My body was banging, swinging, you name it. Matter of fact, my nickname was Fox. That's how good I knew I looked. And I really didn't care what nobody said, but it was my energy. So I used to drink a lot of drinks, a lot. My Coke was my favorite. And one day, my back was hurt. Initially, I thought I had a kidney infection. And so you guys, I had went 3 weeks, hadn't even touched water. The only water I had was either what I was drinking or what I was eating. That's the only water I had, like with watermelon. I love watermelon. But to actually drink a cup of water, absolutely not. I knew. But what am I saying? That goes in along with my title, You Are Built to Last. That's the misabuse. That's the misuse and abuse I was doing to my body. Because the one thing that my body needs was water. Our body is made up of 60 to 70% water. So it's not that you drink water because you like it or because you feel like you have to. It's a necessity.
Right.
You are dehydrated. There are things that go on that really, it can be fixed just by hydrating yourself. So once I started drinking water, I started to feel better. I noticed I wasn't sluggish. What am I saying to the people on the line listening? It's not all the time that it's an ailment, it's a sickness you have. A lot of time it's because of what you're eating and what are you drinking and what are you feeding. I say this. What are you feeding? Nobody wakes up and says, "Oh, I'm going to overeat today." If it is, we might need to see a psychiatrist. Nobody.
I can't.
What?
I can't. Oh my goodness, I can't.
And I'm dead serious. Now, there are times we're excited about eating because of the function, or, it's Christmas time, we're getting together with our family. But honestly, I cannot think of any person that wakes up and excited about overeating today. There is something that you're feeding. So we need to pull
Yeah.
back the layers to figure out, what am I feeding? See, for a period of time for me, I was feeding the fact that I had gained weight. You guys, I was the person that flat out told people I'll never weigh 200 pounds. Oh, absolutely not. I don't even understand how people seeing that they're getting fat and they just won't stop eating. That was the Tarsha. Then my third pregnancy, I didn't weigh 200 pounds. Matter of fact, I don't even think the scale stopped at 200. I think it just flew right past 200 pounds. So that was a whole nother story that I had to deal with. You talking about a paradigm shift for me? Absolutely, because this was a girl that felt like, oh, I don't understand how people just eat their way to sickness, eat. Then they wonder why they're fat, or they're wondering why their clothes don't fit. I didn't understand that. But as soon as I hit, even though I was pregnant, my friends were saying, "Oh, Tarsha, you're pregnant." I said, "Yeah, but I'm not gonna be pregnant the rest of my life. What am I going to do when I lose the baby? Well, not lose the baby. Well, what am I going to do when I have the baby? What's going to happen to this weight?" So I had the baby boy. But I could not enjoy my son because I was so fixated. I was obsessed with getting that weight off of me.
Right.
I was so obsessed with it. I was working nights because I had to switch over to nights. Here's just a little bit about my story. So after my third child, I'm 34 years old. That's the first thing I said. I was I felt like the age of 35 they consider is advanced maternal age. I had a child at 34. So I already knew I had one strike against me.
Right.
The second strike against me is that I put on all of this weight because all I could do for 3 months was just absolutely sleep. I could not function. All I wanted was sneakers, strawberry milk, and sleep. Strike 2. Strike 3 was after I had the baby, after my 6 weeks checkup, I was excited to go to the doctor. All I needed was a clearance. I went and joined the gym. I started working with a personal trainer. And as I was sitting there with him and we were trying to correlate our schedule, his words really broke me. He said, "Tarsha, I'm not going to be able to help you because you work nights." And I was like, your mouth is looking.
Because you
What
work
do you mean?
nights?
Because I worked the night shift, he was not going to be able to help me. For one, his schedule was day shift. He's sleeping when I'm up. When I get off work in the morning, he was not at the gym. But outside of that, he said, "But I'm willing to meet you whatever time you're needed." But then he began to explain to me, our body is not meant to be up at night. So I'm talking to all my night shift people. He said, "You are defeating the purpose. You can work out every day. You can eat accordingly, but you are going to have the hardest time losing weight because you work the night shift. It's going to throw your circadian rhythm off. You're going to crave a lot of carbs. That's the reason why you go to the vending machine and want a lot of sugary things. It's because you are totally throwing your body out of rhythm."
I never heard nothing like that.
It is so true. You know me, I went home and started researching. Absolutely true. Because sleep is so important. Sleep is very important to losing weight. And not just to losing weight, to the overall healthiness of your state of being. You
So you
absolutely
saying
need sleep. Go ahead.
I understand that you do need sleep, but I'm saying like he couldn't help you because your body, you work night shift, and so if you wanted to, if he even just be able to meet you, he can't meet you because it's going to throw some things off.
Because I was not going to physically be able to do it. Working the night shift, for one, he didn't want to have to get up early to meet me when I got off work. I was not willing to work out with him an hour before I had to go to work because I drove an hour to work, actually about 45 minutes one-way drive. And then he said, even if he was helping me, I was going to get upset because I wasn't going to see a big change because I was working a night shift. I worked
Girl,
12
I
plus
never
hours.
heard nothing like that in my life. Ever.
Let me tell you, if you ever meet people who really work the night shift, he is absolutely correct. Now, granted, I appreciated what he told me because he didn't just take my money. Now, of course, he gave me some things to do in between that I can absolutely implement. But that's when my weight ballooned. And he is so correct because your sleep pattern is off. Unless you have no kids or nothing to do, it's hard to sleep during the daytime. When you get off work, it's nothing like that night sleep.
You know what? And this is just me. What is he? A personal trainer from when? Way back then?
Yeah, he has kinesiology degrees and everything.
Okay, but I'm talking about, was he a personal trainer way back then? When this happened to you? Was this way back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had been a personal trainer for 2 years.
Okay, but see, this is the way, because I used to work night shift, and I never seen that. Man, I have a couple of people that I know that work night shift, and I never heard that before, and they work out. I believe that it's your body. It's your body. Everybody lose weight totally different. You know what I mean? So I don't think that just is mainly because you work night shift that is not going to work. I believe it's your body, and I also believe in depends on the relationship that you have with that trainer. That's just the way I believe. I don't, because I know I never, I kid you not, I never heard anything like that, and I think he could have all the degrees that he want to. But there's so many different ways how you could be able to lose weight. And it seems like he just didn't want to meet you halfway to help you to reach your goal. That's what it seemed like to me. That's a bunch of craziness to me. Because if you really want to be able to help somebody and you already have that mindset, regardless if you work nights or what have you, he could have gave you some type of tool, something that you could be able to use. Say if you on your way, like you at home, because you work at night. So if I never heard nothing like that in my life.
It's more or less, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, with the people that you're not as disciplined. It's the discipline. He gave me some tools to use. It's just when you work
disciplined. Like I think, if I'm not mistaken, Adrian works nights, and she crazy nights, and so. Okay. That's why I never heard anything like that before. And it's like, it's discouraging, really. It's discouraging because people are here trying to make a living, and for a trainer to tell somebody who wants to be able to work out that it's impossible. No. It's not impossible. It gets to, your body, not the way my body lose weight. You know what I mean? What you eat may work for you, because I know I love starch. I'm a rice, I'm a bread. That's me. But to work because of nights, I used to work nights. And I used to get up and have to go work out when, I don't understand. If you really want it as bad as you say you want it, the discipline, you gonna make it happen. So for a trainer to say something like that, that could destroy a person, just like you said at the beginning. It broke you by that message that he said. Who the heck are you to tell me that if I'm coming to you and I want some training, I want some help, I see your personal trainer, I don't give a darn how many degrees you have. If you want to meet me halfway and I'm willing to do the work, then darn it, don't come up with no excuse just because you really don't want to help me, because you don't want to get up early enough, or because of whatever the case may be, because your clients are in the daytime, that you don't want to work with me to be able to say, and you come up with some crazy excuse, I work night and I'm not disciplined. Get out of here, have several seats. That's some foolishness.
But here's the other part too. Finish. What he was telling me was absolutely true. And it's not, I get what you're saying. He wasn't discouraging me. It's because of all the conversation that we had. It's my schedule. He's right. He said, Tarsha, this was the other piece. He gave me some tools to implement. He said we was going to do it 3 times a week. Now, I had a very crazy schedule. I won't go into all of to that because we don't have enough time on this call. So what he told me to do, he told me to come to the gym for 2 weeks. If I lasted those 2 weeks, and there was another trainer there, he told me, what I needed to do. I did that. The first week did absolutely good, which is what, I'm talking about, breaking the cycle of dieting. The second week, I couldn't make it because I was too tired. I don't always get off work on time. So what he was telling me, because of my profession, because of my schedule, because of everything that I had going on, he did not want to just take my money. Absolutely, he could help me, but I had to be there in order for him to help me. If that makes sense.
No, I get that. I get what you're saying.
What happened was that forced me to just start doing things on my own, which is what I'm leading to next. You don't always have to go to the gym. You don't always have to have a personal trainer. My life did not support me going to a gym because I had my kids. I had to get them ready. I had so many things that was going on. I didn't have, like some people are able to get off work, go straight to the gym, come home, shower, and go to sleep. I had other obligations that I needed to, that I had to tend to. That was a necessity to me. For me, I didn't make what he was telling me was, Tarsha, it sounds good, but you have not actually considered the time it's going to take for you to drive to the gym. You have not considered the time it's going to take for you to work out. You have not considered the time it's going to take for you to drive home. I didn't consider any of that. So after our conversation, I now thank him for telling me that. Yes, I was broken in the beginning because I never heard a personal trainer say they can't help me. And I'm like, okay, if you can't help me, who the hell can help me then? But after he explained it and really had a sit down talk, I appreciate him because he cared more about me than just taking my money. That second week, I was dragging. I went one day. It was painful for me to go, and not painful because of the workout, painful because I had so many other things going on. Then I had to go right back to work. And then most people say, okay, well, why couldn't you go on your off day? Because my off day was dedicated to something else because I worked my husband's off day. So I had a very complicated schedule. But what am I leading up to? What did that force Tarsha to do? That forced Tarsha to go inside herself because she knows what to do, to start doing things at the house and to start really watching her eating habits. So which birth my company Eat Away the Weight. It does not, you don't have to work out 45 minutes a day. You don't have to work out an hour. You can work out 10 minutes and I can burn just as many calories as I can working out for 45 minutes. And that goes into your anaerobic and aerobic state. So that's what that forced me to do. And then it, like you said, you talked about the mindset. The mindset was, it doesn't matter if I'm working out in the gym, working out at home, or working out outside. I have to want it bad enough to do it, to be disciplined, to actually do it, to be committed. You have to stop waiting on being motivated. How do you overcome waiting for somebody to motivate you? You get up and you move. The more you move, the more action you do, the more motivated you become. So I am so thankful that he told me that and did not just take my money, because I absolutely, at that time in my life, my schedule didn't support it. He didn't just take money. I ended up joining the gym anyway because I like working out at the gym. I like going to different aerobics class. So I was able to fit it in whenever I could get it in. And that may look like, that actually like maybe once a week, once every other week, to the point where I said, you know what, I need to void this contract. It just was not happening. So many people on the line that even the day shift, it doesn't matter if you work the day shift or the night shift, you have to honestly give it a priority and make it a point to where you go regardless, whether it's at home. Look at your schedule. You have to fit it in just like you fit in your work, just how you schedule in appointments, just how you schedule in everything. It has to be on your schedule or you will not do it because you have not allotted the time to get it done.
You have to schedule yourself in. You have to make yourself a priority. We don't do that enough. We too busy taking care of the family. We too busy taking care of the children. We too busy taking care of everybody else but ourselves. And so along the way, we're going to get lost. We get caught up in just going and going and going, and we never schedule ourselves first. So I had to learn that we have to be able to put ourselves on that calendar every single day. Make it an attention to put yourself on that calendar on purpose. And in order for you to be able to reach your ultimate goal, to reach your ultimate goal for whatever that may be. And so, and I'm glad that he did take that moment to break it down to you, because I was like, oh no, we not having that, to be able to say that it's only going to be.
Because I knew,
I know how, I can make a lot of connections with so many people, and just to be able to for somebody to say something like that, you know, just saying that they can't help you, and to say that is because of your schedule, it all depends on that person. It all depends on how hungry they are. It all depends on how, if they really want it, because it takes a team to make it happen. And sometimes you're going to have to be in that team by yourself. Not trying to be funny, but we got to be realistic. And so, I don't know. I'm just a believer. If you really want something, you have to go after it. Even if it may seem like it hurts and you are alone, you still have to be able to go get what you came for.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I agree. But I have, even with my clients, I've turned my clients away because I can hear in their voice they're not hungry. That's the key. You have to be hungry. I was saying, yes, this is what I want. I was obsessed with it.
Right.
I did want it, but my actions didn't line up with that, because I didn't take it. Because we can sit here and go back and forth all day long. Yes, we got wada and hooda, but at the end of the day, willpower ends. Absolutely no such thing. Yes, you can be committed as in your saying, but have not committed it to your mind that you have a no matter what attitude. By the time you get home after work, you deal with kids, you deal with a husband, you deal with all this other stuff. The first thing that goes by the wayside is a workout.
Yeah.
So if you, like you said, if it's not in your mindset, so people will say they want things, but the tongue in your mouth has to line up with the tongue in your shoe. They can't be going different directions.
Very true.
At that time, my tongue in my mouth was not lining up with the tongue in my shoe. So instead, it forced me to do things at home. Now, having said that, I started losing the weight, got pregnant again with my fourth child. Now, totally changed the game. Yeah, I told you.
If we wasn't on this recording, I'd say something. I'm just saying.
I tell my story. I say, my husband liked my body a little too much during that time. So,
saying.
I did lose the weight. I kept some money in the process. But then within 2 years, I was pregnant with my fourth child. And then after I had him, now I was very conscious with him. My nurse, she used to laugh at me because I would make my appointment. They opened up at 8. They were seeing me by 8:15, 8:30 at the latest. I would make sure I wear a t-shirt and my scrub pants. I would wear, I would make sure I didn't eat. I hadn't had anything to drink because I was so obsessed with not gaining any weight other than the baby weight that, from the baby. I didn't care what my blood pressure was, even though it was running on the low side. I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about no heart tones or anything like that. I knew the baby was alive and, progressing. Right there was like, yeah. All I cared about was how much I weighed, how much did I weigh the last time, how many pounds I gained. And then I got a tracker on my phone to make sure I'm still within the allotted pounds that the baby you're going to gain based on your baby, unless, you have. Now, what I'm saying is not rocket. I mean, it's set in stone. Of course, it depends on your body because some people lose weight and all of that. But just on average, you tend to put on 20 to 30 pounds from the baby, but that's from the baby on average, depends on you. So that's all I was obsessed with. So after I had my first child, I ended up having to have an emergency C-section. That was a nightmare. So basically, what should have been the happiest time of my life actually was a time that I just absolutely couldn't stand it. For one, I didn't like the way when I was leaving the hospital, I got onto the scale, and the scale said 264. Now I told you guys I'm a nurse, so I'm in the hospital. So I asked my nurse, I said, you guys need to, I said, when did you guys last recalibrate this scale? She said, I'm not sure, Tarsha. A note on it and send it to Biomed because this ain't right.
Oh my Lord, Jesus.
I say, where's your other scale? Let me get this. Let me put my face back, and I know you're recording. I said, where's your other scale at? So she took me around the corner to another scale. She almost had to pick me up. The scale said 264. I said, well, I'll be damned. Both scales can't be. I know that's not right. And here I am, a first C-section. Look like they had started because I've never had a C-section. This is my fourth child, my first three child, vaginal. My baby is healthy, no problems there. But all I could think about was now I have two kids. Now my girls are okay. You know, they at the time, I don't even recall how old they were, but anyway, that was in my 2017 when I was 28 or 29. So now I'm 36 years old. Hormones rule because you know in the 30s your hormones changes. So I don't care what you're doing, hormones rule.
Mm-hmm.
Devastated because it's like, okay, now I have two boys, and all I could think about was it went from a vanity mindset like I had when I was after my third child, just got to lose this weight, to okay, I have to do what I need to do to be here for my boys. Right.
Yeah.
I don't want my boys to go to school and they are being ridiculed because you know the other people met. My oldest son name is Dallas, and I was saying your mama's so fat, you know, making all these mama jokes. They're getting in trouble at school because they're defending their mom. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to have to be out of breath running after them. So what am I saying? My why changed. I had a compelling reason why I had to. Weight loss was not even an option for me. It wasn't even on my mind. What was on my mind was making sure I chose. I ate differently because there's a connection. And is it Yvette? Thank you for that. Yes, Tarsha. I see you guys coming. Keep them coming. There's a connection between food. I started paying attention to, but the foods that I ate. How did I feel after the food? You guys, if you don't hear anything else, listen to this. Pay attention to everything that you eat.
Yeah.
Some will agree with you, some would not, because the connection between your body and your food and the food that you eat is energy. Certain foods I eat give me energy. I had to have the energy because I had a newborn baby. I had a 2-year-old. I had a 6-year-old. I had a 12-year-old. My stepdaughter was with me, and I had a 16-year-old. And at that time, my husband was deployed. So here it is. A C-section, and all of these kids looking up at me, my husband depending on me. I said me, and I know that there are a lot of people that's on the line that know they are the glue that holds their family together. So I'm breastfeeding. I'm eating a sandwich while I'm breastfeeding, while I'm yelling at the 2-year-old, while I'm yelling at everybody else. Things change for me. I had a compelling why. So as a result of hydrating my body, I made sure I drank a lot of water. I got exercise in. I was doing like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I was using my baby, doing squat, just doing different things, include them in. And it was broken up segment. 1 minute I'll do 5 minutes when I'm in the kitchen cooking. I'm doing things while I'm cooking. That's when the weight started melting off. I lost 40 pounds in 3.5 months without trying. What I'm saying without trying, because I was not obsessed with losing the weight. I became obsessed with eating the foods that provided the energy I needed, hydrating my body, really paying attention to what I was doing and making the connection between exercise. Mm-hmm. You guys, ladies, males, exercising does not make you lose weight. You should exercise regardless of movement. The body in motion stays in motion. Mm-hmm. When you exercise, when you move, your body has to respond. Right. So that's how you exercise and not lose anything, because it doesn't make you lose weight. Mm-hmm. That's another story there. So having said that, all of that took place. 40 pounds, I was looking good. I started feeling better, and then I was on to something. And started implementing that. Now I go to the gym just because I love going to the gym now, but I'm not upset if I don't go. So what do I want you to take away? I want you to take away that you don't have to go to the gym to work out. You don't have to work out 45 minutes. You don't have to work out an hour. As long as you are getting it in, it's better to work out 5 minutes a day than absolutely do nothing. And working out does not include going to the gym, running on a treadmill for 45 minutes. Let me say that again. Does not include going to the gym, running on the treadmill for 45 minutes.
That is
There
very
are
true.
certain exercises you do that makes you hungrier. So then you end up gaining the weight. And then you're left broken, you're left disgusted, you're left busted because you're like, oh, I'm eating good, I'm exercising, but I keep gaining weight. Because there are certain exercises that make you gain weight. That may not make you gain weight, but make you eat. So therefore, the weight comes on. Certain exercises you do is not for your body type. That's what that trainer was trying to tell me in the process of him talking to me. I love step aerobics. One of the things that I wanted to decrease, because I'm doing all these step aerobics and squats and all this other stuff, I was increasing. My butt was too big, I thought. I wanted to decrease. So by me doing step aerobics and squats and all that, it was getting larger. And I'm devastated, like, why in the hell is my butt getting larger when I'm trying to decrease? I was doing the wrong exercise. So make sure that you know that what exercises works for you, what does not work for you, what food agree with you, what does not agree with you, and always know that God built you to last. God didn't build us no other way. Your body compensates. It's amazing how our bodies work. There are elements every single day our body is fighting off diseases, because I know everybody on this line are around people who coughing, they're snotting, they're you name it, they got it. The hands are nasty. Touching on things behind them. You cannot disinfect your hands enough to get rid of all the germs. Your body is built to last. You are built to last because your white blood cells are going to work. They're fighting off diseases. They're fighting off all different things. So let's help our body alone. Can you tell us about those exercises that cause weight gain, please? Cardio. Cardio is the main thing. A lot of cardio. What's cardio? Running on the treadmill for 45 minutes. Elliptical. Things of that nature. Sometimes lifting weights will cause you anything that causes you to exert a lot of energy, because it burns energy. You have to replace it. So if you're not careful, then what do? You're going to reach for carbs, and then you tend to overeat.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Say that again. So if you get on the elliptical, what?
No, the question was, can you tell us about those exercises that causes weight gain? I said, correction. The exercises causes you to eat, to be hungry. Because you're hungry, you tend to overeat, which adds on the weight. Cardio is number one thing. If you do a lot of heavy lifting, weight lifting, that's going to cause you to be hungry. You think about the sumo wrestlers, you think about power lifters. You think about eat. I don't know if you know somebody in your family that used to eat like a hog or eat like a cow, and they don't gain any weight. That's athletes. So it just depends on your body type. So make sure that whatever you're doing, that you are really paying attention to your body. Well, I never thought about that.
Whatever I eat, I just eat. It just goes everywhere. I need to watch everything.
Please do. Seriously, you guys, I know this kind of funny and we're laughing about it, but this is so serious. Make sure you pay attention. And I tell all of my clients this: eat when your stomach hungry. I could not believe so many people didn't know what a growling sound was, or how did a growl in their stomach feel. I could not believe
your stomach is hungry.
Yes, meaning it's growling.
Okay,
that's
so
when you need to eat.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So I understand when your stomach is growling. I get that. But for me, I know, what is it? You got to eat every 2 hours?
Absolutely not. No.
See, again, it goes back to people are different. People are too different. I can eat every 2 hours in smaller portions because that helps me maintain my weight. But it helps me to lose weight. I can, when I'm hungry, when the stomach is growling, that is the worst time for me to eat.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because some people are just totally different. Because by the time you hungry, when your stomach is growling, you like, hold on, I ain't got time to look for nothing healthy. I don't have to, you know what I mean? But when I'm I noticed that about me. But then if I turn around and I started eating every 2 hours in smaller portions, and I could fill it up with some water, make sure I'm getting my, my water to flush, that helped me way better versus waiting till my stomach to start growling. And now here I am, I'm eating and eating. That don't work, not for me. So I think it's just, you got to get used to what works with your body, because I'm bottom heavy. Everything I eat goes to the bottom. Not trying to be funny, but I'm bottom heavy. So if that works for me, like I could get on the not the treadmill. I can't stand the treadmill. Lord Jesus, can't stand that thing. What is it? Elliptical. I love. It's weird because I love the elliptical. It's weird. I love the elliptical, and I'm great, and I'm like, I feel like I'm really relaxed if I get on the elliptical for a good. I could be on there for like a good 30 minutes, and I'm sweating like crazy. And then I'm like really relaxed. I used to be, I don't know, maybe because I'm older. I'm not old, but I noticed that things have changed. I'm more relaxed. I'm really not too much hungry. So I have to mindfully, I have to say, wait, hold on, Vanessa, what is your hours? Count your hours. Did you eat, after you did your workout, or, just to be able to put something back in you? Do you need to take a supplement instead? If, not really don't want no food, but you still don't want to go to bed hungry, then actually you get up in the middle of the night looking for the first thing you get your hands on. So it all depends on what's, yeah.
And that's exactly the reason I said that, because you know your body. People would just say, oh, they told me to eat every 2 to 3 hours. And then you have to be careful. What is small portion? Most people don't know what a small size is. That's the difference. And honestly,
that's true.
Your size, you're gonna be hungry. Your stomach is going to be hungry because you're not giving it a whole lot. See, for you can eat 3,000 calories. It won't touch you. For me, I can eat 3,000 calories. That's too much for me. What am I saying?
Girl, I need to eat 1,000 calories.
Huh?
I need to eat 1,000 calories. Only one.
So
that's it.
You go.
No more. No less.
So all the thing I'm saying, don't pick apart what I'm saying. Here's what I want you to take away. I want you to take away, you have to know your body. Do not look at somebody else. I can't look at Vanessa and say, oh, Vanessa losing a lot of weight because she's eating every 2 to 3 hours. If I eat every 2 to 3 hours, I'm going to be larger than I am, because it just won't work. I'm overeating. Anytime, which goes back to breaking the cycle of dieting. Anytime you diet, a lot of times you don't even get in what you should be getting in, what that diet requires, because it's too much. That's for me. I can't eat that much. And then the thing about your stomach is a muscle. It expands. You can overeat. Some people have overeaten so much, and I'll use myself. When I was at that point where I was just eating, my stomach had expanded so beyond the point. Goes back to the title, you are built to last. Because think about a balloon. You can only blow so much air into that balloon until it pops. The stomach doesn't pop. It just expands with us and give us all these warning signs. You start having problems with your GI. You start having all these kind of issues. You start having these love handles, as we call them, because your muscles are so full, it spills over into your cavities. And then from there, it has to go. You're overworking your liver. You're overworking your kidneys. You're overworking your pancreas. You see what I'm going? You're overworking. You're stressing your body out. So now your body is under stress. So now it signals the brain to release cortisone. You're in a high cortisone state. Because of that, you're in a high insulin state. That's the reason why you have to know your body. If you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, it depends on the food that you're eating. If you're eating a lot of 2 hours, you need your body to just produce more insulin. And if you're already problems with your pancreas, that's how you develop diabetes type 2. So what Vanessa doesn't necessarily works for Tarsha. What works for Tarsha doesn't necessarily works for Yvette. I hope I'm saying her name. So know what works for you. The only way you know it is by either hiring a coach that's skilled in this area, that can watch your habits, and how, let me say this, how you do some things is how you do everything, which leads me to my last point. I'm a big procrastinator. When there was a point before I talking about the before all of this extra weight came, when I thought I needed to lose weight, when it was just cute to say, oh, I need to lose 10 pounds, I'm fat. When it was just cute for me to say, oh, I need to lose 15 pounds, I'm fat. Procrastination is the number one reason most people do not lose weight. What does procrastination look like? It's like, I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to start after the holidays. I'm gonna. And you never do it.
New year.
Yeah, exactly.
Kill me with that.
Oh, look, I got a reunion to go to, so I'll start a month before. Really? So what are you going to do before then? No, start now. Start wherever you are now. I know that someone said that they're going to keep walking at the local track. That's good, but you need to amp it up. Yeah. Make sure when you can do some power walking. Walk, maybe do a little light jog, because if you're doing the same thing day in and day out, your body stops working.
You got to have fun with it.
You got to have fun with it. And you also have to trick your body. Remember, you are coming up on the top of the hour. You remember you were built to last. Stop dieting. Think about that picture when you wrote down the word diet and draw a line out of it. Instead, it's lifestyle eating. 1 second, baby. Go. Instead, lifestyle eating. Lifestyle eating looks like what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All this other stuff. And the last thing I'll say, and Vanessa, I'll turn it back over to you. White rice. Vanessa mentioned white rice. Most people start eating rice. People eat wheat. Look at the ingredients, because you will be amazed at a lot of rice is nothing more than colored white rice.
Yeah.
Look at your ingredients. Wheat bread is just colored white bread. And I know I said that's the last thing, so I'm going to go ahead because I can go on and on. But I do want you guys, if you have resonated with anything I've said, I do have a summit that's going on that can empower you even more. Different people sharing their different stories. Vanessa is one of the guests. Yay! She did a marvelous job, you guys. You can register at Hot Mama Summit, HOTMASUMMIT.com. Register, and then you'll get access to the interviews. There are 21 amazing experts.
Yep.
We are in the middle of it, but on Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. It's either Thursday or Friday. You have access to all of the speakers in their interview. So you can check out Vanessa, what she said. She talked about mindset. There are people, I have one expert, he's talking about fitness and doing 5, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, all of this stuff that I'm talking about. One of the expert has hit on it. And you can find and resonate with one of them and get started. The whole thing is about empowering you to be great and sexy at the same time, and know that weight loss is nothing but energy. It's energy.
Yeah. I'm on my way to get my sexy back.
You already sexy.
Girl, I'm trying to get there a little bit more. I'm going to be 40 this year. You know, I got to get there a little bit more.
Fabulous and 40 club, because I'll be 40 next year. Absolutely. You got, I know I can go on and on because I'm very passionate about this. If you're dreading it, it's just like salads. It got to a point in my life I dreaded eating salad. Then I said, Tarsha, why the hell you keep putting yourself to this stress of eating salad? I love cucumbers, so I broke my salad apart. I hated it. It was like I would rather somebody shoot me than me fix a salad. Have fun with it. Same thing with your workout. Have fun. If you have kids, go outside and run around with them. If you like playing basketball, baseball, swimming, just do something. Your body doesn't know. Hot dog from a Snickers bar, from a deadlift to a bicep curl to walking. All it knows is that you're moving, and when you move, your muscle has to respond because you are.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I thank you. I thank you so much for being so transparent and just being able to share your story, because a lot of times people want to be able to lose weight. They don't know where to start. They tried everything they possibly can. They felt that it was going to be an overnight for them to be able to lose 10 pounds, and it took them 10 years to get them 100 pounds on, or whatever it may be. It's going to take you some time to get it off. And so, but you got to be willing to get in there and move and groove and have fun with it. There's so many different ways how it's about to get nice outside. There's so many ways how we could be able to go out there and lose weight, climbing the mountain on the stairs, or walking around on the track, or riding a bike. I'm not getting on the bike. Don't ask me to get on the bike. You would never see me on the bike, but I'm just saying. So
it makes you want to do more. That's why I just push you to get started. Once you get started, motivation comes, and you want to do more, and you want to do more, and you want to do more. Remember this quote all the time. Once motivated, stay dedicated. So once you're in action, you just got to stay dedicated and block out your friends, because your friends will keep you fat with them.
Oh, God. That is so true. And if you're going out, like now it's nice outside.
Yeah.
You're going out. Go say it again, because you went out. Say it again, honey.
I said, for the lack of a term, fat, because that's what, stop referring to yourself as being fat, because fat does not have a size. When I was 135 pounds, I thought I was fat because I had gained 10 pounds. When I was 160, I thought I was fat. Now at 264, I know I was fat. That's how I felt. So what am I saying? People that are 98 pounds think they're fat. So that all just lose their worth.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do. Love, unconditional love. Have enough love for your body to where it's broad. If you're dealing with any type of sickness or disease process, diagnosed with anything, I have my husband within 6 months. My husband was diagnosed with hypertension, high blood pressure. He went back to his 6 months appointment. He off every last blood pressure pill. He does not carry the diagnosis of high blood pressure running 118 over the 80. His doctor was so intrigued. He sat down, wanted to know, what did you do? He kept saying, did you eat a lot of fruits? Did you eat a lot of fruits? My husband eats nothing green. And he kept telling me, my wife, I did my wife. And it all started with just starting him where he was at. And you from there.
Yeah, so, you got to start where you at. That is so true. Oh, my God. That is so true. But as long as you press start, though, you have to press start. You have to. And get to work. Oh, look at you, girl. I love it. I love it. So just, you know what? Make sure that you go into the group on the Breaking the Cycle event page and put your information in there. I want people to stay connected with you. Okay. So they can be able to know how the good nuggets that you have dropped this evening, and to be able to continue on this journey, because I know we have some more amazing ladies that's going to for the rest of the month, and I'm just hearing that there might be a man that's coming along. Yes, to be able to drop some more nuggets. And because all levels of brokenness is not, we don't discriminate. It comes from all types of life, all walks of life, and you just never know who, right? So just continue to stay with us and continue to walk with us on this journey of empowering people all over on different topics. And so this has been absolutely amazing. Tarsha, you did an amazing job, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the connection and the collaboration, and looking forward to many more amazing things that's going to happen in your life. And so make sure, don't forget to put your information in that group. And if anybody have learned anything, feel free to go into the group and go ahead and put down the nuggets that you have learned today, because you never know, the nuggets that she dropped today, somebody could be able to pick it up and learn from it, and to be able to connect with Tarsha. So with that being said, this has been amazing. We went a little bit over, but I mean, how can you stop something when it's so great, right?
You need to just, you get to see us, Tarsha. And thank you guys. Thank you for your comments. I see it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and so we will be back tomorrow, and that Miss Adrian is who's here. She's going to be talking about the Lemonade series. Now that, my goodness, you ladies are on fire. I'm just like, what? And so I look forward to more nuggets that we're going to be dropping, and how we can be able to empower this more people on this series that we're doing. And I thank you so much for joining and accepting my offer to be able to come along, and you even helped me, encourage me in some ways. And I'm like, oh wait, I never thought about that, but I did think about that. Okay, All right now, so I know who to go to.
Waiting. I don't mind helping anybody. And I will say this, if I absolutely cannot help you, because there are just certain people I don't work with because that's out of my expertise, then I have plenty of people I can refer you to, because at the end of the day, it's about you getting the result that you deserve and you want. And if I can't help you, then I have no problem with, recommending somebody else that can help you.
See,
so
and
definitely
that's what it's about. Now, that's some grown woman for you. I'm just saying. Because some people don't even, some people just don't even own that. They're like, oh, I help you. No. You are just saying, if I can't, I could refer you. And that alone is like so commendable, because it's hard to find it nowadays. I just got to be real with it. I mean, that's what I do.
Like I said, coach, the fitness piece, I have a personal trainer on my staff. I have a male and a female. They help you with that. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you. I can write out you a plan, but when it comes to all of that, that's all my life. I'm not trying to be a personal trainer.
I know that's right.
I need you to give me something that's going to help you.
I know that's right.
Well, it's fun. Like, I love to laugh, and somebody said in the comment, laughter is good for the soul. You guys, I did an article about laughter. Just a good belly laugh actually helps you lose weight. That's energy.
That is true.
Get your good, and it lowers your stress. You're not stressed about things. It lowers.
That means I need to laugh some more so I can lose some more weight. I'm just saying.
I don't remember correct. I think 2 or 3 pounds or something like that. I mean, a good belly.
Okay, I need a good belly laugh then. I need to get down in a gut belly laugh then.
Don't have problems with their weight, or if they have problems with their weight, they don't have a lot of health issues. Because you does not have a size. Hear me. Health, just because you're overweight or heavy set or whatever the term you use, that don't mean you have high blood pressure. That don't mean you have diabetes. That doesn't mean anything. But think about comedians. They're always playing around. Rarely do they have a lot of health issues, or have they joke on their size. I think about Bruce. Bruce so freaking funny.
Yeah.
They laugh. So their stress, their levels low. Which where is another? Here, come on, because it'll be 8:30. I can keep going and going and on. And I keep looking at these comments and the chit chat.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and end this out. I'll put my information in the chat room, and if for those who are not in the chat room, I can be found at Inspired by Vanessa all over social media. InspiredByVanessa.com, InspiredByVanessa@gmail.com. I look forward to many more in the next series that's happening tomorrow, where we're going to be talking about the Lemonade series, where we're going to be empowering more people around the globe. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful and blessed evening. Thank you again for joining us. Good night.
So thank you guys.
You're very welcome.